Okay, I was getting ready to disassemble and clean my Kershaw Clash. Figured I'd just do a video on it while I'm doing it. So what you're going to need is a T6 Torx and a T8 Torx. This is the first time I've pulled this one apart, so hopefully there's no surprises. First you want to deploy the blade. Take the tension off the torsion spring. Okay. Just finished a torture test video per se on this, and just wanted to make sure it was nice and clean before I continue. Screws are not coming out very easy, but they're coming out. Okay, take off the blade. I'm interested to see what this looks like taken apart. Okay, got a couple of spots of G10 handle. It's got a little grease in there. There's the torsion bar. Okay, and there's the liner. You can see it's a little dirty in there. Not too bad. That was from cutting open bags of sod or soil. There's your washer for that side. Okay, it's got a couple of washers. It's got the brass and the steel washer. Excuse me, that's like a neoprene washer, the black one. Then you have a brass washer. Okay, not bad. It's not that dirty. So they put two brass washers on there. Okay. There's a stop pin. Also wanted to change this to a tip up carry. So I'm going to change the pocket clip when I put it back together. Okay, pocket clip. There's your pin. Okay. Not much to it. A little more moving parts than, let's say, the knockout, but still not too much. Okay. Start with a little ballistol. Just clean it up a little bit. If you'll notice, that is that little indent there. I don't know if you can see that. That is where the little ball bearing in there on the lock clicks into place. That keeps it from moving out when it's in, and then it lets it glide on top of that ball bearing too. Okay. Alright, so I was going to pull that grease out of there, start over. Doesn't look like any got in there from the sod, but while I got it apart, might as well clean it up, put some new grease in there. And you don't have to take your knives apart that often and clean them, but I like to do it because I like to see what's inside. You obviously don't want to take them apart too many times because you can strip screws and wear parts out faster or premature. Let's see. I like putting that ballast stall stuff on most of the parts because it seems to bond to the metal and seems to lube really well. I use it on my guns and knives and I do like it. Okay, so good. Clean that up. Okay, stop pin. And I guess I'll do a quick once over on the torsion bar. Just take up the grease and any of the sod that might have got down in there, or soil, should I say. Oops. Okay. Okay, that's it for the cleaning part. I just want to get use white lithium grease. I don't know if I showed you the ballast stall. This is good stuff. It's kind of expensive, but it actually is biodegradable too. Kind of a cool thing. I don't, you got from what I've read, animals can eat it without getting harmed with it, and it's biodegradable. So anytime I can do something like that, I do. A little bit of grease in there. And one thing that grease does too, not only does it obviously lube it, but it keeps, when the blade is deployed, keeps that torsion bar from rattling around inside there too. Okay, so this here is going to go on there like so. And put our cover on there. Just like that. Put this all the way at the top because it's going to be deployed. Okay, go back over here. G10 handle, top of the liner, and okay, then our pin, it's got a little detent on it, so it can only go in one way. See right there, look, that detent goes upward. Alright, then we'll put our washers on there. Just basically doing it in reverse order the way it can part. Okay, and your blade, go on top of there. Alright, and then the stop pin goes right in there. There we go, nice. Okay, then we put our other brass washer on there. Yeah, maybe you can't see that so good. The other brass washer on there, holding the blade pin in. then our neoprene washer on top of there. Okay, alright, then on this part here with the speed assist, put that where you can see it, the spacer that goes in between there has to go on with the handle, because you can see the part that sticks up from the speed assist towards the bottom actually goes through that piece. Okay, so this is the tricky part. So I got to keep all that together, sandwich them back together, and line up the speed assist and the stop pin. There we go. I think I did it. Sure looks like it. I just need to line everything up. Okay. Alright, so then we'll put the, now that that's on there correctly, we'll put the blade screw back in. Tighten it up. Okay, then I'm going to line the spacer up towards the bottom here. Alright, hopefully if we line it up correctly, that's going to drop right in there. And we didn't. Here we go. Now it's dropping in. That one dropped in just fine. Okay. And you want to tighten these up too much because these are actually going into the liner on the other side. It's drilled, it's tapped out on the other side to accept the screws. So there's not a whole lot to bite into. You gotta be careful not to strip them out. But they will tighten up good and tight. Okay. And one thing I wanted to mention is when you're tightening up the blade screw, gotta make sure that you don't tighten it too tight, because it sandwiches that blade in there, and even though you got lube and got the washer in there, if you put it in there too tight, it's just not gonna deploy. So if you got it too tight, just back it off just a little bit. They actually have like Loctite on this washer, and you can add more if you want to. That's one thing I did not do, but it does have a little bit of Loctite on there to keep it from moving when the blade's moving in and out. So just make sure that's adjusted properly, and that will keep your knife functioning properly.